what's up guys? It's Jaron here with CulverCreek Trading Company, again with another Food Truck Thought Thursday video. Today is going to be a little bit different than our previous videos, as we're going to show you a software from Adobe called Adobe Spark. Adobe Spark is what I use on a day-to-day basis almost anymore to create social media graphics that are really professional looking and do very well across multiple platforms. There is a subscription service if you're part of an Adobe Creative Cloud program, photography plan, anything like that. It is more than likely part of that plan. But if you're not, don't fret, you can still use Adobe Spark. It may have a watermark or something like that on it, and you don't quite get the access to all the libraries of stock imagery and those things, but definitely still a great software to use. So without further ado, let's get to that. I'm going to open up the software and we'll get going. All right, so this is Adobe Spark in the online desktop version. Now this is also able to be ran from a mobile device, including Android and Macintosh or Apple products. Both kind of have their caveats. I prefer the desktop option most of the time, as it allows me a little bit more flexibility when using a mouse and things, and the screen's a little bit bigger size and just makes it a lot easier to work with. That being said, there's a lot more animation effects type things on the mobile device. What's cool is if you have an Adobe account, those will sync as long as you're logged into both. So I do a lot of work on the desktop when I'm at home or in the office, and then sync those to my phone, which allows me to post to Instagram and Twitter and social media sites like those to get things out there. So you will notice that I am already logged in, and this is where we'll begin. So if we click the plus here, it will open up a new window. There are tons and tons and tons of templates that are available for use for you. Different kinds of flyers, pictures, headers. It already knows the formats for social media sites like Instagram post or Facebook post, or if you want to make collages or cards or printable flyers, anything like that. Really a cool software. What I normally do is just go look for something that kind of catches my eye or looks like something that would work well for what we do. For instance, let's see here. I've used several of these in the past, so let's see if we can do something a little newer. Let's click on graphics here, and we'll tell it we want to do a Facebook ad. Let's do something like this would be fine. So that's going to load now and allow us the opportunity to change each of the elements on their own. This site allows you to use tons of graphics, fonts, there's all kinds of characters, you can change colors, you have full hex code values, everything like that. What we're going to make today is an announcement saying that we're open this Friday at our location, and then I'll cross-post that to a lot of things. So just to start with, we'll change this image to one of my food images. So we click what we want to change. We have some options up here to see the info of it, to delete it, or to replace it with another image, which is what we're going to do. It will automatically upload some free imagery that you could use if you want. You're free to search, you know, if you type in food truck, it'll pull up all kinds of imagery. Say you were going to be at a farmer's market. You know, all kinds of stock images that are free to your use. But I like to use a lot of my own digital imagery, so we'll go into my hard drive here and look up food truck food. Oh, and let's utilize this one. So this is a sandwich of ours called a B&B slab. It's a chuck roast barbecue sandwich with a smoked bologna on it and our Texas smoky sauce. And it'll take a few moments here for it to load. So there we have it. We have the ability to change how the border looks, how big the cells are, whether we want to move the image around inside the cell, all those kind of things. We can even make it bigger or smaller, just kind of however you want to manipulate that. You'll also notice that on the right hand side here we can edit things with different filters. So there's a lot of flexibility here that's very easy, one clicks. You could blur images if you want, just all kinds of stuff that's available to you. We'll go ahead and do this one without a filter today, and then we'll come over here and we'll edit this text. Actually, let me change the color of this background real quick. It's as easy as clicking on what you want to change and changing it will make it fit kind of my palette here that we've set up. And now we'll work on the text. So same as before with the picture, we click on the text, we have the opportunity to edit it, duplicate it, delete it. All of our font options are here, our alignment options. We can change the colors, we can put a shape behind it, which is something I do quite often. You have text effects with shadows and all kinds of stuff that you can do with a very easy graphical user interface. So we'll start off here by saying, you know, the location we're going to be at. So 15th and Main Street. This font does not necessarily fit my brand, so we'll go over here to the type. What's really cool is if you are on one of the paid programs with Adobe, you get a full access to all their font collection, which is neat. So I've gone through and activated quite a few fonts here. You can see things that I like for different events and different things that we do. Just try to find something that I like here. This is one that I use quite often, so we'll put this up on the top. Obviously, I don't like how that's spaced out, and I'm not big into shapes on top of other shapes and things like that. So we'll go here. I like the shadow. I don't like the way the text is laying out. What's really cool is you have, of course, your left align, your centers, and your right aligns, but you also get this one that's called Magic on the mobile site, or Capitalize and Fit, which will automatically make all your text in a block format and kind of change the font characters and sizes to fit the box that you've put them in. So as I space this out, we can change the line spacing, and it's really just easy to drag and drop. As long as you're on the desktop, you also get the use of your arrow keys, which is kind of nice. And it gives you the alignment marks there with the dotted greens and dotted purples there. So that's really nice too. So we'll start with that. Let's change this text to the time. We will run 11 to 2 p.m. Friday. And again, that's as easy as dragging and dropping, clicking to change fonts. Go back in here and see if we can find more of a block font that fits what we do. Get rid of this is that's in there. When you want to delete something, you can go up here to the trash can. You can also hit delete on your keyboard, which I find faster. I'm going to delete a lot of these. Let's bring this down. That's a little different than what I want. Something like that looks a little better to me. You see the blue line there on the right lines everything up. We'll change this color to more of one of my colors. We'll go black here. Add in a shadow. I know I'm working a little bit fast, but it just shows you how easy this really is to set something up. I'm going to make this one have a little bit more pronounced shadow as well. I like that white though, so let's go back to something like that. The other thing that I really like about this software is it allows you to upload pictures that you use often, for instance, like a logo. So if we go in here to add, we can add new elements instead of just changing what's already in the template, and we'll add a logo. Anytime you add a logo, it's going to be on top of your image. So this is our logo, and we can place it down here in the corner. And actually, I think I'm going to change that. I like the black version better. It stands out a little bit better on that color square. So we'll slide this over. Yeah. Let's change. Those two fonts aren't working for me together, so let's see what else we got in the toolbox here. And sometimes it just takes playing around with stuff and figuring out what looks good to you. Something like that, maybe. You also have a full reign on icons, which I really like to use, so we can look up, for instance, like a grill. Just something kind of generic here. That'll add it into the image. And we can change the opacity of that if we'd like. All kinds of things we can do really quickly. Something like that. I'm a big fan of hashtags, so people know that they can always find our food truck through a specific hashtag, so we like to add that on. And you can see it tries to match your style a little bit as you go through, and it learns that more and more over time, which also makes us a lot quicker. Add a shape there like that, and then we can bring our logo kind of off that shape a little bit. And you're starting to see it come together. We'll add maybe a shape there, change the color. Something like that. So you can see in just a couple minutes how easy it is to create something that looks professional, has my logo, has a hashtag for people to find us. Very easy to quickly see where I'm going to be, how long I'm going to be there, as well as, you know, a really high-res graphic of our food with just a couple clicks and no really installed software on a computer. You don't have to have a crazy processor. We're doing this on my laptop. Really a nice platform to be able to create professional looking graphics without spending a ton of money. Even I think my Adobe subscription's $9-10 a month, which allows me this and Photoshop and the font library and tons of stuff for what I would have spent, you know, hundreds paying graphic designers to create these kind of things for me. I can make them on a whim. You know, if I change my location in the next couple days, I could delete this and redo it. I could edit it. It saves it in my library. Very easy just to click download. You can save it as a JPEG, PNG. The PDF works okay right now. They're still working on it. But it just makes it so much easier. What I like to do is on my hard drive, I have saved here social media post, which has a lot of these that I've already made. We'll call this 15th Friday. And with a few more clicks, we're into Facebook and I can post this and make it live. We'll go into my food truck page here. I think somewhere there's an unwritten rule that the internet automatically slows down when trying to shoot a video. Not sure why that is, but it always seems to be the case. So we'll tell it we want to upload a photo. We go back to our hard drive, open that folder, social media post where all my stuff is, choose the one we just made. Add your hashtags. We'll be doing another video here shortly on hashtags and how important they really are. Basically, if you're unfamiliar with them, if you go onto Facebook and type in hashtag CulverCreek barbecue, it will find every post that I've added that to in all time. But we use both of these. The CulverCreek barbecue is basically just a general tag for my business. And the Find CC Barbecue is always tagged to anything that's location wise. So if you're looking for where I am today, you can go search Facebook, Find CC Barbecue, sort by the newest, and it'll tell you exactly where I'm going to be. It's an easy way for people to always find what's going on. I always cross post to Instagram and Twitter, and we'll share now. Literally in less than 15 minutes, we have a nice professional graphic that's out telling people where we're going to be this week. Really easy to do, really simple, and we could have done that on a mobile phone, on a tablet, on your computer. Doesn't take much time. It's a really great way for us as small businesses to show people what we have. But just before I close this out, I'll show you some of the other projects we've done. So as we scroll down, you see we have all kinds of social media. They don't always have a picture on them. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're just events telling people where we're going to be. I really like the stock imagery when you're doing something, maybe at a farmer's market is what this one is. So there's farmer's market graphics in the back, a food truck in the back, a brewery with a guy holding a beer, lots of those things. And then we like to make images for each of our menu items as well. Those roll on a screen that show people, kind of showcase our food. So I know this video was a little bit different today, but I hope it's shown you how easy it is to really do some graphic design that doesn't take a lot of time, doesn't take a lot of investment. Snap photos with your phone of your food, maybe of your truck or the atmospheres that you work in, the locations that you're in. Really easy to add some simple text on top and have a professional looking graphic that's going to draw people to your truck over others. So I hope this was informative. As always, thank you for watching these videos. Subscribe below. If you're on Facebook, share this around to your friends. Let us know in the comments anything you'd like to see, any questions, comments, and concerns. We're happy to answer, start the discussion. So see you out there, guys.